One of the hardest things that a parent can face, one of the most challenging, one of the most devastating, is reading reports that don't match up to standard in our children. We can be accepting of where our children are at or of their neurology, how they do things, how they see the world. We can have a fantastic, harmonious environment at home with our children and have all the love and support that we need. And then there comes that time, and it happens every so often throughout our child's life, where it'll be report time again, not just school reports, but any kind of assessment or testing that's done on a regular basis. And we open those reports and they can be soul-shattering. But there are a few things that we really need to remember. We are armed with the knowledge and the acceptance of who our children truly are innately. They may not be the same as every other child who is considered neurotypical or typical, but that is still okay. It's more than okay. Reports, assessments, and tests are standardised. This means that they are marked against a mainstream system that assesses for how typical a child is or neurotypical a child is, or how they perform in line with a set of standards that have been created to measure neurotypical or standard children. Those tests are simply used for us to gain a measure or an idea of where a child is in many areas. It's very hard for us as parents, and I absolutely have experience with this, to read those reports and for our hearts not to sink back into our chest, and for us to not panic about the future, and for us to not feel that we should have done better, we should be doing better, there's more we could do. At the end of the day, here is the absolute truth and reality about life. There are so many therapies in the world. There are so many measures that we can take as parents to help our children that an entire lifetime as you will still not be enough time for you to implement every strategy, every therapy, to gain every skill. That will never happen. It's not even in the realm of possibility for any human being. What you are doing is perfect for your child. You are doing your very best. And the very best thing that we can do as parents for our children is to love and accept them as they are. There is a difference between loving and accepting. We can love our children and still fight their difference and still fight to make them fit in or conform or be the same as other children. That causes great pain for families. So please, when you read those tests, know that they are not created to cause pain, distress, or discomfort. They are not created for us to take a second look at our children and see them from a deficit-based angle. These reports, when we get them, can often be absolutely chock-a-block of deficits. But those deficits are based on a standardised model for standardised children from standardised environments. If your child is not standard, if your child is not typical, if your child is not from a standard environment, celebrate it. It's wonderful, it's different, it's diverse, and the world needs more of it. The world needs more of your children and the love that you bring them to, and the love that you give to them. I'm Kristy from Intune Pathways. If you'd like to connect, you can find us at www.intunepathways.com.au.